Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. We're going to start off with my cardboard challenge DIY that Brenda from Rustic and Lace challenged me to create this wagon out of cardboard. Let's see how I do. I'm going to begin by using this box that had Cricut vinyl in it. It's almost the perfect dimensions to the inspiration picture that Brenda sent me. And I'm also going to use some of this cardboard from a television that my son just purchased, and it's good cardboard. So I'm going to use what's left in this bottle of wood glue. It's not much in here, but I'm just going to use it up. And I'm going to reinforce the bottom with this really thick cardboard. Oh my goodness. If you buy a television, save the cardboard. It's good stuff. So I'm just placing all of these bottles on top to help keep it down. Now I'm going to take some more of these pieces and I'm just measuring to make sure that they're going to be perfect for my slats. And I'm going to glue them together with some more of this wood glue, whatever is left in this bottle. This is just about it. That's about it. Now I'm going to have to use hot glue for the rest of this video. So I'm going to go ahead and put my clamp so it'll stay nice and tight. And I'll set this aside. Now I'm going to take these other pieces from the television box and I'm going to place them on the sides of this Cricut box, which isn't too great, but you know, it's the right dimension, so I went ahead and used it. So I'm just going to use hot glue for this part and reinforce all of the sides with this really good cardboard. Oh my goodness, I can't even express how thick this stuff is. It's absolutely perfect for this project. So here's my last piece on the other side, and so see, nice and reinforced on the bottom and all the sides. Now I'm going to take some more pieces of this really thick cardboard and I'm going to kind of center with a pen, just makes it a little easier for me. And I'm going to take my box cutter and score down. I don't cut it completely through, just halfway, so it looks like this. And I do this to 4 pieces. These will be the corners to my wagon, so that's why I don't want them cut all the way through. And here they are, all 4 of them, nice and ready. Now I'm going to take these and adhere these to the sides, or should I say to the corners. And again, I'm just going to use hot glue now because I'm pretty much out of my wood glue. So I'm just going to put them like this, and I'm going to put them at an angle and hold them until the glue sets, which thank goodness hot glue does set pretty quickly. And I'm going to use my craft clamps to hold it in place. And I do the same thing to all 4 corners until they look like this. Now I'm going to remove all these clamps. Everything is nice and adhered. And I'm going to begin by adding my little slats. And again, I'm just going to add some hot glue, which it works great with cardboard. There's really no problem with it. It adheres very well. And I'm going to utilize my clamps again to help hold them in place, because I don't want to sit there and hold them all day long. So now here I'm just going to continue to add my little slats. And I don't show all this because it's just monotonous. I'm just basically adding little slats and clamps until they look like this. Now I'm going to do the top part, which I think I made this a little bit too high from the inspiration picture, but I'm going to leave it. I mean, it's a little bit high, but that's okay. So I just keep adding slats and using my craft clamps until I get it all completed. And for the most part, it was easy. It was just a lot of measuring and a lot of cutting. So now I'm going to go in with this Rust-Oleum satin paint, spray paint called Espresso, and I'm taking it outside to spray paint it, and I allowed it to dry completely. Now I'm going to take these tubes. These were from Cricut Vinyl. They are really strong cardboard tubes, and I'm also going to use these empty ribbon spools as well and cut the opening a little bit bigger. That way these tubes can go inside. And I'm just going to show you here one more. Just kind of use my detail scissors and cut the hole just a little bit, just a tiny bit, just enough to get through into that tube, and like this. Now once I get them together, then I'll go ahead and add a little bit of hot glue on the inside to adhere them together. That way my wheels are pretty substantial and I like them. Now here's my last one, doing one more, adding some hot glue and adding this spool on there. Now my original idea was to use the racetracks, which we are to use as well. I failed to mention that, but yeah, we have to use these as well, these racetracks. I was going to bend them all the way around and contour. That way they'll keep the form and I would just have to adhere them. And so I thought that would work. So I went ahead and cut these in half, and that way I had them ready. But first I want to paint these axles and wheels, and I'm going to use the Lowe's flat black paint to paint these, and I paint them outside. Here's how they look. So now I'm ready to place these racetracks on there. And like I said, they weren't as flexible as I thought they would be. So I'm using my heat gun to help soften the plastic, and that actually does work. The only problem is that the sides are still too hard. They're just still too much. They bend and they don't look cute. So then I thought, okay, let me take my EMT shears and I'm just going to snip off these ends on both sides. Now I'm going to have to use more of these racetracks, but at least now they are flexible enough to contour these ribbon spools. And hot glue works perfectly with this too. It actually held it well. I was very surprised. I thought I was going to have to use these 6000 as well, but no, this actually held it very well. So I just went ahead and did this, and I did this to all the wheels. And I'll show you one more, my last one. Just add a little bit of hot glue and then bend them and contour them to the shape. Hold it for a second, add a little bit more hot glue, and then bring up the other piece to meet. This one overlaps a little bit, but I'm fine with it. So I'm just going to press it for a second. Now here they are. Now I'm going to go in with some of this paint by Plaid. It's called FX, and it's smooth satin. It's for flexible plastic, and it's non-cracking as well. You know, there's always issues with plastic and paint. So here they are. Here they're looking like little dumbbells, but no, those are my wheels. Now I'm taking these two other pieces of cardboard. These are not from that television. These are, I think, from an Amazon box maybe. And I'm going to fold them in a manner that they will hold my axles to my wagon. Now I went ahead and painted them black. And I also painted these other pieces, which will be my handle in a T form, in a T shape. And I'm just going to add some hot glue and press this down to hold. And then add some more hot glue to the top and add the other piece to kind of sandwich the vertical bar. And now I'll add some more hot glue to the inside and go all the way down on both sides. That way everything's nice and adhered. And to help hold these in place, I will use my craft clamps, my big ones. And I had them open them pretty well because this thing is pretty thick. It's pretty wide. And once all my hot glue is set, then I'm going to go ahead and remove all the clamps. Now I'm ready to assemble everything together. Now here is my little wagon part. It looks like a crate. I think probably because it's a little bit too tall, but that's okay. Here are my wheels. Here's my cardboard that I'm going to use to secure my axle in place. So I'm just going to add some glue, some hot glue to one side, hot glue to the other side, and place this down and over my axle and press down until it's nice and adhered and set. And look, my wheel still turns. So I'm going to turn this around and do the other side in the same manner. And I actually like the way the second one turned out better. The first one needed a little bit more glue, needed to be a little tighter, so I did that later on. Now I'm going to add my T handle, and I'm just going to place it with some hot glue, hold it for a second, and then bend it. And here it is, my little crate wagon. And yes, I filmed this in the rain. Oh my goodness, the things we do. But look how cute. And like I mentioned earlier, this video is a part of the Mystery Cardboard Challenge, and 9 of us got together to create inspired projects. So for example, Kathy Jo chose something for Sarah to create, and then going down the line, and that's why Brenda chose something for me to create, and then I chose something for Missy over at the Crafty Co. So when you're done watching this video, be sure to click the playlist and enjoy it and see what everybody created and what their inspired DIYs were. And now I have a bonus DIY made with the racetracks. They're the Hot Wheel racetracks, and I end up doing 4, but I actually only ended up using 1 because I was pretty ambitious. I thought I was going to make 4 of these little planters, but no. I just did the 1. I just had a week. So I'm going to start off by taking some of these zigzag like little bling jewels. They come on a sticker strip, and I'm just going to place these on the tracks on the center, and I do all 4 like this. And I could always use the rest some other time for another project, which I probably will. And now I'm taking some of this Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster and painting them up all the way around. Look how cute. And now I'm going to go in with some of this Waverly Antique Wax, and with my chibi brush, I'm going to focus on all the edges and the raised pieces, the jewels. So focus mostly on those edges, and I do that to all 4 of them. They're no longer jewels, they're just like a accent. And I also do the edges, bottom and top, and I do this to all 4 of them, all 4 of these tracks. And again, I don't end up using all 4, but I'm not going to let them go to waste because look how beautiful. So now I'm going to take one of these little crates, and they're the ones with the slats, and I'm going to go in with the Waverly Antique Wax and a baby wipe, and I'm just going to wipe this whole piece on all 4 sides and the insides and the bottom until it looks like this. And now I'm going to take the 1 track that I'm going to use and snip off the end, and then I'm going to begin to measure and cut and glue all the way around this little crate. And I'll just keep working until I get it to look like this all the way around. So now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree spackle, and I'm just going to fill in where all the track ends meet. Kind of like what you would do for crown molding. You would fill in all the gaps. That's what this is going to end up looking like. And so I'll do all the gaps, all 4 corners, and where the tracks meet the crate as well, as you can see. And then I went ahead and touched it with the paint. So now I'm taking some Floral Foam, and I'm just going to stick it in there. So here I'm taking this Hula Skirt, and I'm just taking my EMT shears and cutting a good bunch of it because I'm going to use it for the base of inside of my little crate, just to make it look fall-like for the season. And now all I have to do is add my florals to looks like this. So cute. What do you guys think? Well, I'll take a moment and thank Kathy Jo, Brenda, and Missy for putting this together. This was so much fun, and I know you're going to enjoy the playlist. So don't forget to go to my description box, click the link. I'll also pin it in my comments just to make it easier to find. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great, great day. Bye-bye.